Hey guys, Brad and the Buff. I got my buff in my head and I'm ready to go. Today I'm going to do a final overall review. I did an unboxing with these shoes. I did a review with these shoes. And now I'm just going to do kind of like my final takeaways on my my Salomon Ultra X4s. And I'm going to take you through that in this video. So first of all, I have loved these shoes. As far as backpacking shoes, I had Ultra 3s before that. I really like them. I like the 4s significantly more than the 3s. The 5s will be coming out sometime this year. So once again, it's the Salomon X Ultra 4s, 5s, and 3s. I bought the 4s last year almost the same time. I got them sometime, I think, in March of last year. And I used them. I put about, I would say, 500 hiking miles on this, but I also use them as my daily shoes, which is a big no-no if you really want to make your hiking shoes last longer. So, you know, I might have 700, 800, 900, and really the daily wear I think hurts them more than just the hiking wear. But they're pretty wore out now. I did just get some Hoka 4s that I'm taking out on my hike next weekend. But these things were tanks for me. I loved the way that they looked. I loved the design of them. I thought it was an improvement. I liked the way they gave my feet a ton of protection, and they really did not start showing a lot of wear until I got into mile maybe 400 or so. I thought they held up, and then I started getting little tears and things like that. I'm going to do a close-up and kind of talk about the individual things from a different angle here in a minute. But I just wanted to give you kind of my overall view. I did love these shoes. The feature that I probably enjoyed the most, oddly enough, is the zip up or quick tie or whatever you want to call them. This feature where you're not actually drawing shoelaces. You never have to worry about them. It makes them easy to slip off and on. It was an improvement on the design they had on the 3s, and I do miss this feature on my Hokas. But you know, they held up great. They did a great job protecting my feet. I felt the grip to be ample. These were the best mids that I've ever owned. That being said, I'm going to try these Hokas out and see what they are, but I want to show you a little bit more detailed view of them and compare them to my 3s a little bit. So give me a minute, I'll adjust my camera and zoom in a little bit and show you guys some specific wear issues that these shoes had. All right, so right here you have my Salomon X Ultra 3s and my Salomon X Ultra 4s. So one of the big differences that they did from the 3s to 4s that I think helped a lot is right here is the very first wear I got on my 3s was in this area. And on the 4s, they added this extra layer of kind of like harder rubber. So there's the hard rubber on the front for your toe, and then it ties in right here to this little extra layer of thinner rubber, but it doesn't go right to old fabric. And this little extra layer did help a lot as far as this piece did not come undone on me until the very end. So that was a big improvement. It also gives you a little bit higher up of waterproofing, and I did notice that as well, where if you get into a creek, it's got to go just a little bit higher before it gets to the fabric. Although these do have the Gore-Tex, so I found them to be amply waterproof for what I do. The main wear I got was right here, was at the very bottom on each side. You can kind of see where the fabric started to tear out, and it happened on both shoes. So they held in pretty well. I did use some shoe glue on these just to keep this tied in a little bit more, because you can kind of see where it started to come up slightly on even this hard rubber area. And I did it on both shoes just to keep them the same. But I had mostly the issue here, and then right here on each side where kind of the side of my foot would stick out into the shoe. Right about here, I had to shoe glue those spots. So oddly enough, the biggest spot of wear was really right up here, which I'd much prefer this spot to take most of the wear as opposed to the very front of the shoe, because it was a real nuisance on my 3s when this spot became detached, because water would flow over and it caused it to start moving down the way, all the way to the sides. Now, I did have, let's see, it's not this one, I don't think. Yeah, this one held together pretty well. This one, you can kind of see where the sole started to separate a little bit. Which one is it? No, I'm sorry. I got it confused. It was my 3s. You can see where it started to separate here. I did not have that issue with my 4s, where it started to come up and it started to separate the sole from the shoe. My 4s have held together pretty well all the way around on the sole side. So that was a big improvement for me, and I really do think it is, from this little extra piece of plastic, or I'm sorry, it's not plastic, but this little piece of harder rubber that's not fabric that they extended out, that just doesn't allow the pull to get all the way down, whereas this, once again, it didn't have that. So because it started pulling up here, I think it made its way down a little bit easier. So that was a huge improvement. The grip on the bottom, I mean, just the way that I walked, it came out, but it still took a long time. You can see I've worn them down. This is the main reason I replaced them, because the body of them is not too bad. But the bottoms are pretty wore out, but it still took ample amount of time to get there. Overall, these shoes were great. I think, you know, if I get 500 miles and a full year of daily use out of them, that's a great pair of shoes for what I paid for them. I used them everywhere, all the time, day hikes, long backpacking trips, and just overall very satisfied with these shoes. I'm hoping they make improvements. If they make the same level of improvements that they did from the 3 to the 4s, I know the 5s are going to be awesome, and I'm going to be super stoked to get a pair of the 5s when they come out. And I'm just looking forward to see what they do design-wise, but I've really enjoyed my 4s overall. These were a great pair of shoes, and I'm hoping I get the 5s before the end of the year, and I'm looking forward to trying those out. But I'll see you guys next video. Hey guys, if you like the video you just saw, please subscribe, click the bell so you can get alerted for any new videos that I may do, and check the links below for any information I described in the video. I'll try to put as much there as possible. Thanks for watching.